Hello everybody and welcome back to the Outdoor Channel. Currently it is wintertime out, so we're not doing a whole lot of outdoor activity. We're doing a lot more truck mods and reviews, and we're getting the truck ready for the next outdoor season. With that said, I have a pretty heavily modified Silverado Trail Boss behind me, and we're going to make an update to the new Tesla style 15.6-inch display we added in a few months ago. And this is what we have today. This comes from Mitch over at radioeditautomotive.com. He's an authorized AU car dealer here in the States, and he's a great source of getting accessories like this, as well as some technical support. The adapter is very simple. This is going to plug into the back of that new head unit, and if you have an aux input in your truck or vehicle, whatever you're installing this into, this is going to plug directly into that. It's going to take care of our Bluetooth latency issues. It'll basically be like having it hardwired directly into the truck.
Welcome to the outdoors. Welcome to the outdoors.
There is a very important prerequisite to doing this install, and that is you need to have an aux input. Now, my particular 2021 LT Trail Boss, it's right here in the center console, and your particular truck, make, and model, and maybe elsewhere, I know they make different size screens for different vehicles, but no matter what, you'll need to have that aux input to do this install. And that's because basically at the end of the day, after we run this cable, we're going to end up doing that. If you're new here to the channel or not subscribed, basically what we've done is taken out, in my case, the stock 8-inch head unit that came with the truck. Now the install is basically very much the same thing whether you have the 7-inch or 8-inch screen in your truck. Taken out all of the components, transferred them over to the new screen, and install this new, what's called a Tesla style 15.6-inch display here in the Silverado Trail Boss. And if you're looking at picking one of these up, I will leave the contact information for Radio Edit Automotive over in the description. The owner is Mitch. It's a small business just like me. You can tell him what you're looking for, what accessories you're looking for, what head unit you're looking for. He'll get you all squared away. If you have already done this install, you already know what's involved with, putting this together and taking it apart. So we're going to keep this video relatively simple. Basically, we have to partially uninstall this screen, probably partially or mostly uninstall the center console here to be able to route that wire to the aux input. We'll keep it short. We'll keep it to just the details, and we'll do that next. We're going to start the disassemble of the center compartment by removing this panel with a trim tool. And there's a bolt in here that we'll have to get out. Same thing on the passenger side. I will say the first probably time you go to do this, it's a little stiff. After you've done this a couple times like I have, it comes out a little easier. Using your trim tool, go ahead and start to pry up on the tabs here on both sides. Now there is that dreaded trim piece here at the bottom, held by 3 tabs. You think 3 tabs would come right off, but it's like one of the strongest things in a truck, which is kind of weird. Take your time, it's just plastic. It will be up to you if you want to completely remove the center console top or simply tuck it out of the way like I have here. In my case, plenty of room to run that wire harness. We will not need to remove the entire screen, but we will have to back it off far enough to be able to reach the connections in the back. Just a couple of trim pieces here. These are press fit in. All you gotta do is get them started. Come off like that. Same on the other side here. Next are a set of 4 screws, 2 in the bottom and 2 on either side. They'll look just like that. Now that we have this taken apart, find your connections on the back. And in this case, you want the port on the bottom left. And then it's just a matter of taking your aux input, routing it underneath to the aux port. Something kind of like this. You'll need to find the routing that works best for you though. Once you have things routed, go ahead and clean up any of your wiring and begin to reinstall your screen. As you finish routing your wire harness, you'll have to determine whether you want it to run through here or perhaps up through here. In any case, this is designed to run wherever you run it pretty flush. And of course, this has a small amount of thickness to it. What I'm going to try to do is I've got a little white washer from an old project. I'm probably going to lodge that up in here. Have it rest on that washer instead of this wire. Keep the longevity of the wire a little bit without having the excessive pressure on there. You may notice, of course, there may be a slight deformity here running the wire through. You could probably take a Dremel if you really wanted to create a hole or a channel here through it. I think my washer idea is going to work just fine. Reality is 99% of the time that lid is closed and I'm never going to see it. All right, let's go ahead and fire this thing up, see what it does. All right, here's your stock radio controls.
139-foot pole atop one time.
Don't feel like a copyright strike, so I'm going to keep these really short. Here's a quick example of what that Bluetooth latency looks like. Just heading over to YouTube. We're going to look at a video that I just launched. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Outdoor Channel. As you can see, it is wintertime out. We're not doing a whole lot of outdoor activities. And you're able to see that, you know, the voice and the lips moving don't quite line up. Even when I go to turn this off, there's a little bit of a latency there of the audio versus the video. To demonstrate how this is going to work, go ahead and select your inputs. This is where you'll have your AM, FM, XM. We haven't previously been using the Bluetooth. You still do have that capability should you want to use it, but we're going to go ahead and select the aux input. You can see it says aux there. We go back to our YouTube example. Let me go ahead and turn the volume up a little bit. And it's wintertime out. We're not doing a whole lot of outdoor activities. So we're making some updates to our truck, getting ready for next spring season. And this next one is a truck bed net from... I am finding that the audio quality is a little bit different, even though latency is gone. You may want to go through and tweak your equalizer. You may want a little more bass, a little more treble, whatever that might be for you. Just know that from your Bluetooth to just a hard connection, the audio quality may be a little different. The other thing that might be useful is to go in your settings and find the sound gain. And what I've noticed out of the package, and not just that, but bed mats and other off-road accessories. It has a lot of over gain here. And so I'm going to my other, bringing that back some. No, you can pick whatever setting you want. We're going to compare them to. Now as you watch the video, the level of quality is improved quite a bit because it's not overgained. Now GM has a few different format options depending on what trim you have. All right, pretty straightforward install, especially if you've already gone through and installed the screen for yourself. You already know how to take it apart and put it back together. Makes it a lot easier to do it a second time. Don't forget to go through and look at your audio settings. Make sure that you have things tweaked so you don't have any overgain or things like that. You know, make it nice for you to listen to in your vehicle. Thanks to Mitch at Radio Edit Automotive for sending this out. I'll leave his information over in the description. You can check it out when it's convenient. We'll see you next time.